लक्ष्मी तुम्हें प्रणाम। सुंदर बात। ओम महालक्ष्मी नमो नमः, विष्णु प्रियाय नमो नमः, धनप्रदाय नमो नमः, विश्वजनन्ये नमो नमः। हे महालक्ष्मी नमो नमः, विष्णु प्रियाय नमो नमः, धनप्रदाय नमो नमः, विश्वजनन्ये नमो नमः। अरुण कमल परिधान अरुण हे अरुण कमल परिधान, अरुण कमल परिधान हे महालक्ष्मी तुम्हें प्रणाम। महालक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम, रूप लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। महालक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम, रूप लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। शुभ लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम, सिद्ध लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। अरुण कमल परिधान अरुण हे महालक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। अरुण कमल हे ओम महालक्ष्मी नमो नमः, विष्णु प्रियाय नमो नमः, धनप्रदाय नमो नमः, विश्वजनन्ये नमो नमः। स्वर्ण कमल की पंखुड़ियां पद चिन्ह तुम्हारे, स्वर्ण कमल की पंखुड़ियां स्वर्ण चिन्ह तुम्हारे। वैभव कीर्ति मिले उसको जो आए तेरे द्वारे, वैभव कीर्ति मिले उसे जो आए द्वारे। रिद्ध सिद्ध सब छाया तेरी, रिद्ध सिद्ध सब छाया तेरी। राज्य लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम, महालक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। रूप लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम, शुभ लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम, सिद्ध लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। अरुण कमल परिधान अरुण हे महालक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। तेरी कृपा से राजा राज्य सिंहासन राजे, तेरी कृपा से राजा राज्य सिंहासन राजे। मंगल दीप सजे स्वस्तिक श्री चरण विराजे, मंगल दीप जले स्वस्तिक श्री चरण विराजे। मंगल दीप जले स्वस्तिक श्री चरण विराजे। जग में जय हो, जग में जय हो, शत्रु विजय हो, विजय लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। जग में जय हो, रण में विजय हो, विजय लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। महालक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम, रूप लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। शुभ लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम, सिद्ध लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। अरुण कमल परिधान अरुण हे महालक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। अरुण कमल परिधान लक्ष्मी तुमको प्रणाम। ओम महालक्ष्मी नमो नमः, विष्णु प्रियाय नमो नमः, धनप्रदाय नमो नमः, विश्वजनन्ये नमो नमः। ओम महालक्ष्मी नमो नमः, विष्णु प्रियाय नमो नमः, धनप्रदाय
Jai Shri Mataji, dear respected brothers and sisters from the global Sahaj family. Salam sejahtera dari Malaysia. Warm greetings from Malaysia and from our global team. Let us now very humbly bow and welcome Shri Mataji into our hearts with profound love, respect, adoration, gratitude, and thankfulness for our Divine Mother, the Supreme Goddess. The same awe for all the deities within us, for the Ganas, for the angels, love and respect for our fellow Sahaj family, for ourselves and mankind in general. Now, with our hands folded and with complete reverence, we will seek the permission from our Holy Mother, Param Puja Shri Mataji. We, your children from across the world, humbly seek your permission, blessings, guidance, and protection to have this global online meditation. Shri Mataji, it is only by your divine grace and blessings and the will of God that we are able to gather every week to worship your Holy Lotus feet collectively. And for this wonderful opportunity, Shri Mataji, we sincerely thank you from the bottom of our heart. Shri Mataji, verily you are the doer and the enjoyer, and we, your children, do nothing at all. Kindly bless us, Shri Mataji, with spiritual strength and divine wisdom, so that all the divine qualities of Sri Ganesha be manifested within all of us in all the chakras. Make us ekakarita, Sri Mataji. Our only desire is to please you and to be completely surrendered at your holy lotus feet, always, to be one with you, to become the spirit, to ascend in our spirituality, and to be your humble instrument in every way possible. Our humble salutations at your holy lotus feet, again and again, from all your children. Today, dear brothers and sisters, we are blessed and honored to have another very dynamic, devoted, dedicated yogi, our brother Rahul Kumar. We are settled in Indianapolis, USA, for the past 2 decades. Rahul, who hails from Patna in Bihar, India, is fortunate to have his entire family, his wife and 2 daughters, lovely daughters, young daughters, Sambhavi and Ambika, practice meditation together. He has been the country co-coordinator from 2015 to 2017 for his dedication. And right now, he's very, very active in the American 21-day self-realization program and other projects, local and national projects in America. So without wasting any more time, we will welcome our dear brother. And we forgot to wish all the fathers happy Father's Day last week. So we take this opportunity to wish all our brothers or would-be brothers Father's Day, and also to all the other brothers who are single, but also like uncles and, or granddads. We wish them also happy Father's Day. So let's put our hands together to welcome our dear brother. Brother, good morning to you. Yeah, opposite end. So it's nice to have a collective, throughout different parts of the world. At the same time, where Sri Mataji's Holy Lotus feet is, we offer our salutations to Sri Mataji's Holy Lotus feet together from all different parts of the world. Jai Shri Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Auntie Maheshwari. Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. It is a blessing to be on this forum. We are transcending the boundaries of time as well as boundaries of nationalities and coming together in oneness at the lotus feet of Shri Mataji. So before we get started, a little bit about myself. As Auntie mentioned, I live in Indianapolis, Indiana in USA. I've been here since last 20 years. And my search journey started when I actually came to America 20 years ago. I was a seeker since childhood. And as far as my memory goes, I remember I had this desire that I wanted to be one with the divine. It was not a question of whether God exists or not. That much I knew that God exists and He's the one who has given me the seeking. But the burning desire was always that how do I become one with Him? How do I find access to His lotus feet? And I always used to wonder, why was I not born in the times of great incarnations? I would have just fallen at their feet and asked for my self realization. But I didn't know back then that, yes, I was born during the greatest incarnations of all times, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, the advent of Shri Adi Shakti on this earth. So, in that seeking journey, I did many things, went through many different paths, read many different books, tried many different meditation practices, went from one place to the another. At one point, I wanted to leave everything and take sannyas, but that didn't happen by divine grace, of course. And then around 2004 or 5, yes, my seeking was at its peak, and I was really desperate to get that connection. I don't know what I would have done if I would not have found that. I was really at the climax of my seeking. And then an inspiration came in my heart that I should go to US for studies and apply for uh, studies there and give some examination. I never had a desire to go outside of India for studies. And this was really a desire that was put in my head by the divine. Now I know very clearly, looking at hindsight. Um, and Yeah, and it ended up coming to US. And within 1 month of coming here, I was walking on the campus of the university, Purdue University, and uh, at that point, I really, from my heart, that desire echoed that God, I know there are people who are connected with you, who are true and who meditate and who are one with you. Please connect me with them because I'm at the peak of my desire and seeking, and I can't take it anymore. And you have to show me a way, you have to show me a path. And the very next day, I was walking and I saw a poster of Sahaja Yoga on campus with picture of Shri Mataji. The moment I saw it, I realized that this is the sign which I have been waiting for. This is the indication. This is the answer. And then I went ahead and started attending the classes. I didn't have any great experiences in the beginning. It took me a while actually to feel vibrations. It took me 1 year almost to feel vibrations. And I understood that because I've done many other things and read many different books. And first, I needed to clear out. So I followed through. I realized that I am being guided. What kept me there was that I realized that this coming to Sahaja Yoga was answer to my prayers and my seeking, and everything up to this point was a path that has been laid out for me by the divine. So I must continue to tread on this path and walk along with faith and surrender, and I'll have the experiences. And they did happen as I continued meditating. Shri Mataji then blessed me with many beautiful experiences. And I'm really grateful that I found Sahaja Yoga back then. And since then, I've been practicing it. I never met Shri Mataji. I did see her once in 2008 in Kabela during Shri Krishna Puja. And I was sitting at the very first row and I wanted to really see Shri Mataji in person closely. And what happened was where I was sitting right in front of me, there was a camera person who was there. And every time I tried to see Shri Mataji, if I moved right, he would move right. If I moved left, he would move left. So during the whole puja, my attention was just trying to see her, and I was kept moving my head. But because of the camera person, I was not able to see her properly, and my attention was distracted. And then during middle of the puja, a voice echoed in my consciousness, and it said that all these years you have seen me, you have felt me in your heart and in your sahasrara. Now that I am in front of you, you cannot see me. Then I realized that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether we are able to be in person with Sri Mataji or not. Of course, that is a blessing and those are beautiful experiences and memories. But I realize what I have found, the connection with her in my heart, in my Sahasrara, is the real eternal connection that will always stay with me, whether this body remains or not. This connection will stay with me. And this is something what I should cherish and I should deepen and I should establish. And Shri Mataji is there always with me in my heart. So I say this because there are a generation of yogis who are going to come who would never see Shri Mataji in person. But that doesn't mean that she's not with us. Actually, in our Sahasrara, in that silence, we can feel her and we can experience her in much more intimate way, in much more deep way, in much more profound way. And that is the experience that we should carry forward in our life, every moment of our life. So that was some background about me and some experiences I had in the Sahaj journey. Of course, Shri Mataji blessed me with a lot of dreams where I saw her and she told me many different things. Uh, the fact that I did not see her in person was compensated by seeing a lot of her dreams. And many times when I was especially in a leadership role, she would come in my dream and she would tell me things. What should I communicate with the collective? Or what is the need of the hour? And what are the important things that need to be done? She would communicate with me. And those are the things that really helped me. I realized that even when she's not here, she's guiding all of us. And she's always there. So, Jai Shri Mataji, let's get started with our meditation. So let's take a few moments to just settle down. Let's bring our attention inside. And let's just have one and only one desire. Desire to be one with the divine. To be one with the lotus feet of Shri Mataji. Let that one desire be in the forefront of our attention. Let that desire be the solitary peak amidst all other desires, the desire to be one with Shri Mataji. With that desire settled firmly in our heart, in our attention, let us humbly bow down at the lotus feet of Shri Mataji, and let's raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan. Now let's take our attention to our Muladhara chakra. Let us pray to the deity of innocence and wisdom, Sri Ganesha. O Sri Ganesha, you who are the embodiment of innocence, so beautiful. You who are the embodiment of wisdom, so steadfast, and of purity, so powerful. O Lord, please give us your dedication and devotion that you have for our Divine Mother, so that we can worship her, we can approach her and be one with her. Please grant us your obedience and surrender, O Son of God. Let's take Sri Ganesha mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Let's take it 3 more times. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Divyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Let's take our attention to our sacrum bone, to our Muladhara, where resides our Kundalini. Let us feel our love and gratitude for Mother Kundalini, for all that she does for us, to improve us, to evolve us every day, tirelessly. Let's recognize her work within us and her love within us. O Mother Kundalini, my sole and only spiritual mother, O Mother of my self-realization, please rise within us all. Open the gates to the consciousness divine. Lead us out of the mire of mundane into the eternal realm of bliss sublime. O Mother Kundalini, please rise with greater and greater force within us. Shri Adi Kundalini Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Adi Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Using our right palm, we can raise our Kundalini a few times and bring her to our Sahasrara. With complete reverence and humility, Let's take attention to our heart. Let's establish the lotus feet of Shri Mataji in our heart. Let us feel the love of Shri Mataji in our heart, in our life. Let us feel how her love has transformed us, how it elevates us, how it evolves us. Let the love of Shri Mataji expand in our heart. We can just say a few times in our heart with complete reverence, Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji. You are our Guru, and we surrender to you. You are our mother. You are our refuge. You are our shelter. You are our everything. Now let's take that love in our heart and bring it to our Sahasrara. Let's give vibrations to our Brahmarandra. Let's establish the lotus feet of Shri Mataji in our Sahasrara. As we massage our Brahmarandra using our right palm, let's take the mantra of Shri Kalki Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Raise our right palm above our head. Feel the cooling flow of vibrations and the expanse of silence. Let's keep our attention in our Sahasrara. We bring our right palm back. Now let's invite the grace and the blessings of Shri Mataji to flow down to our Sushumna Nadi and to expand it, to deepen it. So let's move our attention from top of our head through our Brahmarandra, through the Sushumna Nadi, till the Agya Chakra. Let's put our attention on the Sushumna Nadi in between our Agya and Brahmarandra. And we just simply pray that Mother, all we desire is your love, your vibrations, your pure vibrations. Mother, please fill this part of our Sushumna Nadi with your love. And let it expand and become wider. Now we bring our attention down from the Agya to our Vishuddhi. And let's feel the Sushumna Nadi between our Brahmarandra and Vishuddhi Chakra. Again, we pray that Mother, all we desire is your pure love, your pure vibrations to fill our Sushumna Nadi. And let it expand. Expand. We move our attention down to our heart chakra. Again, let's feel the Sushumna Nadi connecting our heart center and our Brahmarandra. Again, we simply pray that Mother, let your love, let your vibrations, let your divine grace fill this part of our Sushumna Nadi. And Mother, please make our Sushumna Nadi deep. Now we move our attention down to our Navi chakra. Again, we feel the Sushumna Nadi connecting the Navi chakra and our Brahmarandra in between. Again, we invite the grace of divine to fill our Sushumna Nadi. Mother, please open our Sushumna Nadi. Fill it with your love. That is all that we seek. Let us feel the comfort and the peace that expands in our awareness as our Sushumna opens up more. Let's relax and enjoy that peace. Let it expand. Let's move our attention to our Swadhisthana chakra. And again, we feel the Sushumna Nadi connecting our Swadhisthana with our Sahasrara. Shri Mataji, all that we desire is your love and your pure vibrations to bless our Sushumna Nadi. Let it flow and expand and deepen our Sushumna. Let our Sushumna become wide, like a column of pure vibrations. Now we move our attention to our sacrum bone, to our Kundalini. Let's feel the whole Sushumna path connecting our sacrum bone to our Brahmarandra. Let's just humbly invite the grace of divine to fill our Sushumna Nadi. Let's take mantra to Sri Mahalakshmi Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's take mantra to Shri Brahmanari Swamini. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Brahmanari Swamini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Now let's establish our attention in our Sahasrara, in thoughtless awareness. Now keeping our attention there. We'll listen to a talk by Shri Mataji.
Whole situation is different in a country which is warm and a country which is not warm. But in a country where it is very warm also, like Africa, there are complications due to too much of heat. Like we have the topic of, the equator passing through, and it heats up that area so much that it becomes full of jungles, very high trees and tall trees, and the whole place is covered with foliage so much that there's no possibility for any sunshine to penetrate through. And it's quite dark, it's full of darkness. So that extreme also comes in the same category as the extreme of the cold season. Now such people live there, and they naturally, because the sun is less, so they do not grow much, and they can be primitive people, and they can be quite aggressive, like they learn things from the animals, and they could be quite aggressive. So the balance has to be struck. And the balance is that we should desire and act. But the trouble is, in human atmosphere, there is a division of labor, I think. That one part of the country is thinking, another part of the country is acting. Under these circumstances, nothing will work out. So, a balance has to be struck where you have the Sushumna working out. Now, the Sushumna Nadi is the one where one would say is the equator. Is not equator, but is the axis of the Mother Earth. The axis of the Mother Earth is the Sushumna, and that has to act. And when it comes to that axis, it is the one that balances. Actually, there is nothing like a big pole inside the Mother Earth, which we can call it as an axis. There's nothing that is material inside the Mother Earth that we can call it as an axis, but it's the energy force which acts in such a manner that the earth moves with such tremendous speed. When the cosmos is all spread out so much, it not only moves, but it creates day and night for us, so that daytime we can work and nighttime we can sleep, to give us a balance. Only also it moves in such a manner around the sun that half of the countries get the sun during the summertime and half of them get it during the winter time. That's the axis that acts and works out everything. Apart from that, this axis keeps all the distances necessary from other planets and other moving bodies in the cosmos. This axis is the intelligence of the Mother Earth. It is not only the intelligence, but it is the fragrance, and apart from it is the Sushumna Nadi, we can say, of the Mother Earth. Now, through this axis only, all these swayambhus and all these great happenings of earthquakes and all that takes place. This axis is the one which moves. It's an energy. We can call it axis as the energy. Moves. the lava into different directions and pierces through different areas to create earthquakes and also to have ज्वालामुखी लगा इंग्लिश में volcanoes. And all these things happen because the axis has sense what is to be done. This axis is the one that loves us. Because of this axis, we have seasons. The seasons are created beautifully to give us different varieties of food and varieties of things. The heat of the Mother Earth, if it is lost, then we'll have nothing on this earth. It will be all frozen and there will be all snow and we'll have no food, nothing, and it will be like moon living here. Now it is being specially created. First, the Mother Earth, when it was created through the heat of the sun. So we can say that the sun is the father of the Mother Earth. Then she was brought very close to the moon. So it cooled down, absolutely it cooled down, it was all snow. Then it was brought closer to the sun and moved at a point where life would start working. And that's how the whole thing was organized beautifully to make life grow in that area. Then when the life started growing, gradually we know that how the carbon was formed. Now the carbon is formed by the same axis because there's heat in the axis, the energy of heat that converts the plants into carbon. Now this carbon is later on forms the basis for, you can say, for the production of carbohydrates, you can say, or all organic matter. But to create life, we had to have another help, is the nitrogen. And this nitrogen was also, you'll be surprised to know, that was created by the same axis, by its movement. And when it created this nitrogen, the nitrogen gave us the amino acids. And when the amino acids were created within us, then we started our lives from amoeba and all that. Of course, this was done in the ocean, because in the ocean, with the movement, nitrogen was created and life was created, and then through the ocean is emitted out, and that's how we have amino acids. With the amino acids, the formation of amino acids gave us the combinations and permutations, different lives. So in the whole evolutionary process, the Mother Earth has played a very big part through her axis. In the same way, in human beings, the axis is the most important. That's the main principle of life we have got, is our axis. We have to stand on our axis. Those who do not stand on their axis, stand more towards the left or towards the right, are capable of complete destruction. Because either they will be destroyed by too much of right side or too much of left side. So our axis has to be properly dealt with. Now those people who do not have a proper axis can have problems of different chakras, of different kind of quality in a person. A person who stretches his axis too much, puts back his head like this, is a person who is very right-sided and creates problem with his ego. And the one who absolutely bends down, like a slavish person, also is a person who goes towards his destructiveness. Now there's a big problem between these two types of people, one trying to dominate another, and when they start dominating another person, they actually destroy themselves as well as destroy the ones whom they are dominating. For example, now we have seen that we had Britishers who came here and ruled us. We have seen the French went and ruled some other people. Then there are Portuguese who went and ruled some other people. But everything that they did to dominate and all that has double reactions. First of all, by their domination, say, Indians became very slavish. Indians become, even today, they are extremely slavish and they do not have that independent axis as they should have. Extremely slavish people they are. Especially I see in the West, I'm surprised when the Indians go from here. I find they are so very slavish. They try to sort of do all kinds of slavish acts to please the white-skinned people. The white skin became sort of a very adorable stuff in it. That added to the ego of the whites. Added to the ego of the whites, and today you see what's happening is all that ego is destroying them. They are on the verge of destruction because of their ego. So it is so unnatural and it is so superficial. One has to understand that what is the best within a human being is his axis. And everybody has an axis, and one must respect the axis of every person. In Sahaja Yoga, I don't know you by your faces so much. I know you by your chakras, by your sushumna, what sort of a sushumna you have. If you have a deep sushumna, I know you as a deep person. If you have a superficial sushumna, I know you as a person with a very superficial type of a sushumna. And even if you make up something by sort of being very nice or good or talking about Sahaja Yoga or knowing too much about Sahaja Yoga and saying things which will baffle normally anyone as if you are masters of Sahaja Yoga, I know how deep you are. So the depth on the axis is more important than anything else. Your axis has to be very deep. Now you will say that, Mother, the axis is the same as it is. So how can it be deep? So in the axis, as you see, is made in human beings, is like a 3.5 coiled paper-like thing. And the inside of it is the Brahmanadi. The Brahmanadi is a very, very small little, we can call a very, very hair-like thing, where only a hair like Kundalini can pass through. But when the person is deep, this Brahmanadi is bigger, and all the rest of them, which are coiled into each other, are smaller. While the people who are not deep, their outside, what you call the foldings, are bigger than the inside small thing. Now such people could be apparently very dynamic, may look very intelligent, may look very smart, may look to be very good looking, or whatever it may be, outwardly. But inwardly they are not deep. Inwardly, if they are deep, their whole attitude is beautiful. They are very joy-giving people. They are very joy-giving. And the more, if you meet a person of another kind, he may look joyous, he may try to give you joy, but the joy won't be really that deep. It would be like a joy killing. So it is important for us to make our axis deeper. And that is where we lack the proper assiduity, the proper effort we have to put in. Now some people have automatically very deep axis. And some people have very, very, what should you say, a very constricted type of the axis. This axis has to be grown. Now when you come for my puja and all that, I do expand it, I agree. But it is a temporary thing. To retain it at that point, one has to work at home, in the collective also. One has to work very much at home with meditation. But it should be done seriously. It should not be just a joke, to be frivolous, to be stupid. That's not the way. It should be done very seriously in the meaning that it is a devoted task you have taken. It's a meditative thing. It's a prayer to God. You can call it, it's a puja to God. Is to be done with that reverence. Because reverence is the key of achievement. If you have no reverence about yourself and no reverence of others, then it cannot be done. But first you must have reverence for your own life. What am I doing with my life? Where am I wasting it? Why should I waste it? Why should I be deep? After all, there must be some purpose of my life. Am I serving my purpose? Am I doing that? All these things, if they pop into your head, then you will understand it's very easy to fight out your ego. Because normally on small things people fight. I have seen that in Sahaja Yoga also people fight on things like, it's so useless, absolutely useless. To me it sounds stupid to even mention the way people fight over small things and quarrel. But a deep person, even if he doesn't speak much, even if he doesn't show off much, even if he doesn't sit in the front line, he expresses himself through his depth, because I can work out better through that. So to develop this, one must meditate. Important thing is to meditate. Every day, every day, every day. You may not eat your food one day, you may not sleep one day, you may not go to your office one day, you may not do anything that you are doing every day, but you must meditate every day. That's an important point to develop the central constricted part into a bigger area. Now, when that happens, that you start developing it, the first thing you will notice about yourself, that you do not care for any comfort. You're not bothered about any material thing. Whatever it is, you are above it. You just don't bother your head. Let it be. You just don't want to put your neck into a thing where you do not belong. You just get out of it and you think that, oh God, this is too much for me. I just don't care for it. So your whole attention now moves inward. When the attention starts moving inward, then it expands more. This is the inner part, which is called as the Brahmanadi, and starts expanding and expanding. Now, in small things also, say for example, if I have not mentioned somebody and mentioned somebody else, then they feel, oh, why didn't mother mention my name? It's too small a thing that it doesn't matter. As long as you have a deep axis, you are with me, I am with you, absolutely one with each other. But these outward things are, oh, she gave a nice sari to another one, she never gave us a sari, she didn't do this, didn't do that. All those things, if it comes to your head, that means absolutely is true that there is something lacking within you. Or if you try to complain, oh, I went there, I had to go by a bus and I had to stand on this thing, that shows that you are not comforted. This widening comforts you. That's the comforting thing. And that really makes you feel so comfortable in any circumstance, in any position, in any lifestyle. And you do not want to have any other comfort. And this one has to develop through meditative effort. Secondly is, we have to know that Sahaja Yoga as it is today is a collective happening. I find, especially among Indian men, they never do any work with their hands, which is a wrong thing. Because they don't use their hands at all, their collectivity is poor, very poor. Indians have the worst collectivity. If you have an ashram, I don't know why should we build an ashram, nobody is going to stay there. They want to have their own houses, their own families, their own children. They are the worst of all for collectivity. The reason is Indian men never do any work with their hands. They cannot nail one nail. There are many like that. Leave alone repairing anything. They will stand with their hands on their hips and would just tell work to other people. See, there's a Marathi saying, very interesting, untavarun sheda hakne. That is to sit on a camel and to drive the goats. So that is very typical of Indian men. They cannot repair anything, they cannot do anything now. If supposing somebody is spreading something, they'll just stand like this, watch. They'll never put their hands to it. So for every Sahaja Yogi, it is important what we call as Sramadan. They have to do some Sramadan. Sramadan means the giving of some labor. And that is what we lack. That even if it comes to that, you better clean your house. You better clean outside of your house. Try to put some garden around your house. Try to paint your house. Do some sort of a work with your hand, which even if you don't have anything, you can even brush your hair or something like that. Whatever you think is the easiest you can start with, because I don't think people even do that. Even they don't shave themselves, they get a person to shave them. I mean, absolutely lazy lumps as that. Now, but on the contrary, we see in the West, people use their hands. Because of that, you see, because they can use their hands, they are very collective. So they score a point on being collective. While the Indians score a point because they are Indians and they have a heritage and they know what is Kundalini, they know about Ganesha, they know everything. So they score a point this side. So it's the left side is the desire, the right side is the action. Again we come back to the same position where we have an imbalance. That the action takes place in the West and here is only thinking, all right, we'll do this, planning. Everything in the planning pot. Nothing works out, you go on planning, planning, planning. Now we are building one single ashram in Delhi for the last, I think, 10 years. It is like Taj Mahal, I tell you. It's so difficult, you see, to understand why they have taken so much time, and it's not a very big place, nothing. But it is not only the Sahaja Yogis, but other factors also. Everybody is like that. Everything is postponed. Everything is to be done tomorrow. We'll do tomorrow. Then one person will come, another person won't come. Like we used to have in the school, we would get a sum like that or something to solve. That see, there are one house was built. 3 persons came to work and 1 ran away. Then 2 persons came to work and 1 stayed and 2 ran away. And then 5 persons came to work and 2 persons ran away. So when will the house be finished? Never. With such runaways, it can never be finished. It's like that. So this is where we lack collectivity. I was saying that all Indians must find out some place where they could go and plant something. Get hold of some sort of a place where they could go and plant some nice banyan trees, water it together, work it out together. Now the Indian women are that way better. They do a lot of work as far as the cooking is concerned and all that. But the other part is missing. The other part is intelligence. The other part is to think. Now, if all the time what they are thinking, oh, my husband likes this, I must cook this for him. And now, if the husband has to have, say, a lemon with his food, now there's no lemon in the house, this woman would run up and down all over the place to get the lemon for the husband, but otherwise he will not eat the food. Doesn't matter, once in a while if he doesn't eat, it's all right. But the women will try, because you see, they must keep they understand one thing, that you must keep their palate all right, then they are quite sensible in India. Because here, they are real tigers, all the husbands are like tigers. So you have to keep them feeding, otherwise you see, God knows when the tiger will jump on you. The other way around, in England or America I have seen, The husbands are like just like goats and the women are like tigers. And the westernized Indian women also are like that. And when they go to West, even simple women, I've seen they become like tigresses. Something surprising how they change immediately to the position, even if they may not wear the jeans and all those things, but they become like that. So this imbalancing starts in a human being when he doesn't understand that you have to the axis of the Mother Earth and neither the Capricorn or the Cancer. This balance comes through our depth, and that depth has to be improved. Not through just by talking about it, by talking about Sahaja Yoga, but actually seriously doing meditation. Actually seriously doing meditation. Secondly, we must do some collective work. Now we have in India, say, architects. They have never touched anything with their own hands. They are sitting and drawing. See, that's all, finished. Now after the drawing, do what you like. Now there are problems, practical problems. They cannot nail one nail. All are what we call them as white-collar, pandar-pishas. Absolutely useless for any handwork. They cannot do any handwork whatsoever. Even if they have to lift, say, one of these chairs and stretch them, they cannot do it normally. So, under these circumstances, one has to understand that we come from a society which is absolutely ruinous as far as collectivity is concerned. So let us be collective. Let us try to do something collective. But the collectivity is so poor in India, so poor, that even they do not treat their wives nicely. They will not talk to their wife nicely, to their children nicely. To them it is absolutely adharmic to be kind to their wives. Now the other side is that the Western people care so much for collectivity that whatever it is they try to compromise and try to keep the family life all right. So it's the two extremes as we have. Despite that, somehow, thanks to the wisdom of Indian women, the family life is going strong. But if you see such women, such men in England, I can tell you nobody will stand the nonsense that Indian men do to their women here. Absolutely. It cannot be forgiven the way they behave. So the balance between the women and men, what is the axis is the home. Home is the axis. In the home, what sort of talks you have? What do you think about? What is your problem? Where is your attention? What do you discuss? That's very important to see. In that you will find out what is going on in the family. Say you are talking ill of each other. If you are telling your child against your husband, husband is telling the wife against, telling the children about against the husband, like that. If it is going on like that, then what happens? That there cannot be the axis which is all right. The axis is love. Axis is love, but not exploitation nor spoiling. Is love. In country like ours, see what is the axis we have? The axis of our country is Adhyatma. We have to now get over this hankering after money, development, this, that. First take to Adhyatma. If people get realization before they are developed, there won't be the problem of creating another America here. We don't have to become communist. We don't have to do anything like that, because communists are just the same as Americans. There's no difference at all in temperament. If American is allowed to stay in Russia, he'll behave the same way as the Russian behaves. And if a Russian is sent to America, he'll behave the same way as the Americans behave. There's no change at all. Now, if the axis of Adhyatma in any country where a person achieves his spiritual ascent is becomes the most important thing and is achieved, then any amount of development, any amount of all these things cannot destroy that country, cannot create wars. There will be peace everywhere, there will be enjoyment everywhere. So on this day of Makar Sankranti, let us say now the Sankranti is over and we have to look forward to the new age of a new moon blessing us and the great sun coming over to give us all the energy we need to celebrate the advent of the golden age of Sahaja. May God bless you.
Let us keep our attention in our Sahasrara and meditate in silence for some time. So now let's prepare for the Arty.
सबको दुआ देना Shri Mahalakshmi Saraswati Mahakali Trigunaatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasra Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Bolo Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi ki
Let us stay in meditation for a few more moments and absorb the beautiful flow of vibrations. We'll conclude by offering this prayer to Shri Mataji. Param Pujniya Shri Mataji, you are our mother, you are our Guru, you are our Sadguru. You are the one who has enlightened our life and created a path out of darkness for us to stride. In this life, we didn't have to go through arduous trials, tests, or sacrifice. Only mere desire to find solace at your lotus feet sufficed. In your infinite compassion, you took all of us in the folds of sari of your love and guidance. In the silence of our spirit, in our heart, we found your eternal abidance. There were no conundrums to crack, no difficult rituals to master. In the spontaneous ascent of Kundalini strands, the process of our transformation became faster. There are no words to express our gratitude for the seed of heavenly bliss and love that you planted. We only pray, may we not take its growth within us for granted. May the passing of time blunt not our desire for growth and dedication, but the transformation that you have kindled within us, may it manifest and become a transmutation. Like a lighthouse in stormy seas, may our lives be a beacon of your love for others to follow and see, an anchor through which all the lost ships find their way home to oneness in God's peace. You chose us for a purpose, the promising potential that you saw within. May the superficial not define our destiny, but let our life be one of real becoming. Mother, we pray to you, may you bless us with our Guru Tattva. And please, always reside in our heart and make us your pure instruments of love. Please forgive our mistakes and keep us always in spiritual life. Jai Shri Mataji. With that, let's collectively raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan. Over to you, Auntie.
Thank you so much, Shri Mataji. With no words to describe our thankfulness to you. Sending your lovely son, Rahul, to lead this meditation today, Shri Mataji. You've sent a beautiful instrument to show us what is love all about, how deep we should grow. And I'm really thankful to you, Shri Mataji, for this day, 17th of June. It's the day 28 years ago in 1997 that Sri Ganesha led me to Sahaja Yoga. And on June 18th, the very next day, I got my self-realization. And what a blessing to have a brother who shared a similar story with me to lead the session, Shri Mataji. Thank you again and again, Shri Mataji, for all your blessings. Please continue to bless all of us with our spiritual ascent. Thank you, Shri Mataji, from all your children. Thank you all brothers and sisters for joining us today. And we continue to seek your support every week. Please feel free to call us if you would like to lead the sessions. Very humbled with all of you to join us. And this Saturday, we are having International Yoga Day. Let's put a collective bandhan for all the self-realization programs lined up from Sahaja Yoga across the world to be successfully carried out, and for all the seekers to come and get their self-realization. Let's collectively put a bandhan. Thank you, Brother Rahul, for the wonderful sharing and wonderful meditation. Blessed by Shri Mataji. Please convey our love to your family and to the Indianapolis collective.
Thank you, Auntie.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Jai Shri Mataji. And love from Brother Bhaskar, who supported us from the IT department, and from all our brothers from other team, our global team as well. Jai Shri Mataji. For those who'd like to continue to be in meditation, we'll have a short instrumental music just to absorb the beautiful vibration.
Thank you.